Welcome everybody to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. This guy, am Dr. Cush. We have had a lot of suggestions for this cocktail. Lots of people calling in, wanting this, lots of suggestions. Really just one person, Amy Beer, thank you for the suggestion. Over the many years that we have done this show, 5 years at this point, we have tried very hard to not repeat cocktails. We have about a 5-year catalog of mostly unique cocktails. Some repeats, some are classics. We got to redo the classics. Today, we continue down that path. I do not believe that we have ever made a Mudslide cocktail. This one is, when we say cocktail, I think we're mostly saying milkshake. We're gonna try and de-milkshake-ify this cocktail that comes out of Grand Cayman's from the Rec Bar. It is called the Mudslide, and I do have to ask, because it's coming from Grand Cayman, does that make it a tiki drink?
Welcome to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I'm, of course, Dr. Cush, along with my barback Kyle. I'm not a real doctor, but I did spend almost 2 decades running some of LA's best bars. After years of teaching classes and training bartenders, I want to demystify the cocktail world for you. Let's try a few new things as I open up my bar to everybody. Belly up, chat, and let's have a drink.
You see what I did there? Little cliffhanger. Oh my gosh. Put the intro after I've done my whole little spiel at the beginning. Anyway, we are going to take one of the most atrocious versions of the 70s cocktail. One of the worst examples of 70s cocktails where we hated liquor. We didn't like the taste of anything. Nothing was good. So what better to hide a bunch of crappy liquor into than a milkshake? Almost nothing. This originally is coming out of the Grand Cayman Islands from the Rec Bar. I don't think that makes it a tiki drink. There's spoilers and a cliffhanger over. It normally contains things like half and half, ice cream, chocolate, coffee, all kinds of stuff. I would put this cocktail into the flip family. A flip is usually anytime we add dairy into a cocktail, we are ending in the flip category. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that version. So we're gonna switch this cocktail's category. All right, we're gonna take it from the flip, which is anything that a platypus can make, whether it's milk or eggs, usually falls into the flip, and we are going to move it. Now, what category should we move this into? Well, I think we got to knock the sour right out of there. Anytime we're adding any kind of cream into anything, we're going to curdle that. Yuck. That also is going to put out the daisy. Do we want to make this into a punch? No. Citrus in that too, so we don't want any curdling. Should we make it into a fizz? That might work. That might work. An old-fashioned? Kind of. I think that we try and martinify Martinez this thing. We're gonna try and Martinez this thing. Oh, I got it. We're gonna try and Martinez this thing. So we're gonna follow the same rules that a martini would follow, but instead of making this into a very clear martini, we're instead gonna be making this into a thick, goopy mess of very thin, comparatively, a very thin vodka cocktail. So let's get into it. What do we need for this cocktail? We're gonna start off by putting in the stuff that we would normally put in this cocktail, right? We wanna, if we change everything, then we've changed nothing. We change everything, then basically that's a brand new cocktail. So let's find a couple ingredients that we can agree will work in this cocktail. One of them, we're gonna reach down here. We don't carry Kahlua in this bar. We don't have it. So don't expect Kahlua. But look at this. Look what I do have. I have coffee hearing. Ooh. All right, coffee hearing, coffee hearing, coffee hearing. This stuff is delicious. It's very coffee forward. It's not as coffee forward as something like Mr. Black, which really tastes like espresso. I wanted something sort of in between. This coffee hearing will work just perfectly. I do want to say, for about 40 years of my life, I said coffee herring, not seeing that second E. Coffee hearing, hearing, listen. Hearing. Since we're building this in a martini style, we know a martini style is going to be 2-1-2. 2 parts alcohol, 1 part of usually a vermouth, some sort of wine. We're going to switch that in for some other sweeteners, and 2 dashes of bitters. We will be adding there's a little dash of something in here, so be prepared. So I want to split our sweet base right down the middle. So let's start here. We're going to grab our jigger. Here it is. Remember this guy? Fun. We want to put in ½ an ounce of a coffee liqueur. If you only have Kahlua, that's fine. Just do Kahlua. But we're doing coffee hearing here. ½ an ounce of some coffee hearing. Give it that nice coffee flavor. Come on. Are you afraid? Is it too late for you? It's too late for me. No, I'm not dying. It just, I'm shooting this later than I normally shoot. I'm going to be up all night. Next thing I want to put in here, we do want a little bit of cream in here. If we just cut the cream out completely, we have done nothing. So what are we going to do? Well, I went to my local grocery store recently. It is called Trader Joe's, and I found some of this. This is some Irish cream. Where does it say that? Irish cream. It says it right there, right there. Irish cream. Really fun stuff. Really hard to use unless you know exactly what it's going into. Things like the car bomb. Things like... Oh, the White Russian. I put it in the White Russian. Yeah, in White Russian. The Georgia Bulldog. Put it in a Georgia Bulldog all day. Tough to put into other cocktails. It doesn't really mix well with other things. But in this case, I feel like we're in a fun spot. So we're going to go ahead and, since we're splitting our sweet base on this, we're going to go ahead and put in ½ an ounce of some Irish cream. Now, I promise you, you're going to want to refrigerate this stuff. I know that it's booze. I know that it is 34 proof, 17% alcohol. I didn't know that until right now, but now I know that. Throw this in the refrigerator. In college, listen, in college, when I was definitely 21 in college, I remember I got a bottle of Bailey's. And it came to me, and I tried to pour it out, and it had rotted. It had rotted solid. So I did not drink that night. I was only going to drink Bailey. Listen, I was not a great drinker in college. Okay. So my point is, put it in the refrigerator. We already have some cream in here. We already have some coffee in here. What are we going to do? What are we just going to sit around and look at each other? No. Normally, this cocktail will have something like milk, like maybe milk, indeed. Sometimes half and half, sometimes ice cream. Let's forget about all that, all right? It's too much. It's too much. We can't do that. It's too much. All right, what are we going to do then? Tell you what we're going to do then. We're going to find a milk-based product that has almost no milk in it anymore. This right here is our friends at Black Cow, BC, Black Cow. It is a milk vodka. We say on the show all the time, I'm gonna say it again right now, so if you've already heard it, plug your ears. You don't wanna hear this too many times. You can make vodka out of just about anything. Anything that a yeast will eat, you can make vodka out of. Anything that a yeast will eat, you can make liquor out of. That's how this works. So why not some milk? Now, what's great about it is there's always going to be a little residual left. So we're going to be left with some whey in here. So we'll get a nice creamy type of vodka going in here, and we don't have to worry too deeply about, putting a lot of milk in here. So for those lactose intolerant, well, we put Bailey's in there. Don't drink this one. Don't drink this one. We want to stick with our normal ratios, and that ratio is 2-1-2. 2 parts liquor, 1 part of your vermouth. We've switched the vermouth out for a couple things with 2 dashes of something. So we're going to go ahead and take 2 parts of this cow vodka, this milk vodka. So that's going to be 2 ounces of this. And we're going to pour it in. I don't want to have misspoke. I don't want to have misspoken. I may have misspoken, but I don't want to have. Milk vodka does not taste like milk. If you're hoping that, oh goodness, I love just taking 2 gallons of raw milk to the face, and now finally I can do that and get drunk. It's not the same. It certainly tastes like vodka, but if you have a discerning palate or even just a wild imagination, you can start to pick up different flavors that were left over in this milk vodka. So you'll be good there. Okay, cool. Let's continue on to our to the rest of the cocktail. We need 2 parts liquor for a martini, usually gin or vodka. We need 1 part of the other stuff. We need a little bit of bitters. What bitters should we get? I have an idea. Why not find some chocolate bitters? These are Woodford Reserve chocolate bitters. Thank you to the Woodford Reserve people for sending these to me over 3 years ago. Barely use them. They are delicious though, and they smell a lot like chocolate. You guys did good. You guys did good. We're gonna put 2 dashes of some bitters in here. That's 1 and 2. Bring out a lot of that flavor. We want this to be milkshakey. As much milk shakiness as we can slam into here, we are good. Okay. I think we should prep our glass. That's my thought on this. So let's prep the glass first. You guys know how I feel about garnish. I don't feel about it. I don't love it. But we're going to go ahead and get our nice frosty glass. And we're going to take one of these. You guys ever seen one of these before? This is what we call a milk frother. Good for frothing milk. Probably be good for frothing our cocktail. We don't want to froth our cocktail. Instead, I want to make this cocktail look more milkshake-esque. More milkshake-esque. We're going to take a little bit of this. Oh, this is Hershey's Simple 5 chocolate syrup. Just put a little bit in this dish. And we're going to take our frother. We're going to put this guy right here. And we're just going to get a little milk chocolate on here. I guess just a little chocolate sauce on here. We're going to put this deep into our glass and we're going to spin. There we go. Maybe a little higher next time. Oh, yeah. See, there we go. See what we've done there? We've put, let's see if we can get a little lower this time. Nice and low. Ah, yeah, there we go. Look at this. Now we have rimmed the inside of this glass. That light's not doing me any favors. Really not winning any awards with that light right there. But I think you guys can see basically, look at all that chocolate that's in there. A light layer. It's people, when they see this, are going to be shocked and awed. They'll say, what? How'd you do that? With my wand, my weapon here. Running out of batteries. Oh, and it's basically clean now. Love that little guy. Okay, we're going to put this right there off to the side. We have this here. We probably should have prepped our glass later. We more or less do this show live. We're going to take ice. We're going to drop it in. And we're going to take our top of our shaker. And we really want to whip this. We want to give this a good, hard shake. The Irish cream in there has a lot of proteins in it. Those proteins are going to bind to everything else, and we're going to get a froth. We want that froth. Sometimes we fight against the froth. Sometimes froth comes in the night, steals our children. We don't care for that. Uses our toothbrush in horrible places. We don't want sometimes to have the froth, so we lightly shake. Not today, my friends. Not today. This is going to be, it's going to be an example of a very angry shake. So let's put on angry face real quick. Angry face. Here we go. Ready? Mess. I made a mess. It's frothy, though. I got a frothy mess. All right. You hang out there. Next, one of these. A little Hawthorne strainer. We have our beautifully, well, it's getting less and less beautiful as we go. Let's put one more little spray of chocolate in there. There we go. Let's really gloop it on there. This is what we're doing, guys. We're just glooping currently. Very technical term, glooping. We're going to get in here. There we go. One nice defined line, 400 poorly defined lines. And we're going to pour this right in through here. That chocolate should stay on the outside. For the most part, it does. We get that froth. Remember the froth? We get this froth coming in. Ooh, this is kind of pretty as it goes in. Let's bring in this cam right here. As we pour this, all of that chocolate sauce that sort of went everywhere starts to separate, starts to leave the middle. So you got this really nice, beautiful, frothy middle. There we go. All that chocolate. Let's see if you guys can. Oh, yeah. Look at that shot. Oh, my gosh. Hero shot. Ba-da-da, 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 ba-da. Oh. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-da-da-ba. There we go. I think I'm in no position to judge whatever type of cocktail people like. I myself will drink Cosmopolitans in the daintiest glasses that you'll give me, and I will chug them by the tableful. I love a nice, sweet cocktail. I'm a little nervous about the milkshake cocktails. When we start getting to the milkshake, I really start to worry that all the boys are coming to my yard. And as I know, the boys are back in town. Terrifying. Oh, it's gotten even prettier. Look at that. Look at the top of that. Kind of fun. Nice froth. We have two, oh, not that one. We have a few different layers. Remember, layers are interesting. So we have this layer up here, the froth. We have this thing, and then we have this little line all the way through. Is it exactly a milkshake? No. Is this probably a little closer to a White Russian? It's probably a little closer to a White Russian. Still no cream. So we aren't putting in any just raw, unmessed with milk in here. So we'll have a bit of a lighter color. Probably going to fall somewhere in the espresso martini realm. Let's see how we did. Cheers. It's good. It's very, very good. Yeah. For me, personally, this, I think, is as thick as I would ever want a cocktail. It certainly feels like there is some ice creamitude. Feels like there might be some ice creamizing going on in here, but there isn't. Nice and simple. Would I drink more than one of these? I'm going to have to. Would I want to? I probably wouldn't order a second one. Maybe I have this one as the end cocktail of the night. The chocolate is getting in there, so be careful with how much chocolate, how many times you do your little weapon. Use your weapon as little as possible. Oh, so nice. No, it is not a. It's not a milkshake. It's also not a martini. It falls somewhere in between. I probably would still put this in the flip category. I think that as soon as you put in any of that Irish cream, you're flipping all over the place. But really, kind of a nice cocktail. I think that's about what we got for you. There we go. Let me remind you guys that the bar, whilst there is still things, we are still going out into the world. We are not live. Hopefully you guys are enjoying these. We are going to be on a pretty regular schedule though, so that's nice. You know, when we're not live, we can go real regular. So we'll be back here Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Let me remind you, if you guys are watching us for the first time, please remember, listen to these. You can these classes will always remain free, but if you can't help out, we have a Patreon, we have a PayPal, and we have a Venmo. That is just to keep the bar alive. We do not make enough money to to stop doing the show because of that. It's to keep us in booze. If you can't help out that way, there are a number of other great ways you can do that. Let me remind you of some of those. Tell your friends about the show. More than anything, Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks is not a YouTube show, and even though I've been told recently that I definitely have a podcast, we are not a podcast. We are an online bar community. The more people that we have show up to the online bar community, the more people that have their eyes opened to how wonderful and lovely and nice a online community can be, the better off bars will be, the better off this bar will be, and the better off other bars will be. I don't know how to prove that second part, but definitely this bar will be better if we have more people. And if you can't do any of those things, you don't want to invite your friends, you are like me, a lot of your friends are bullies and roustabouts and ne'er-do-wells. I understand. The best thing you can do is show up. We do classes here for the most part Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Those are the days we plan for. If we can't do enough classes in the week, if we can't do classes on those days in the week, we try and put 3 classes a week up. So if we don't do Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, we do a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Pop in at any time, say hello to people like, let me see if I can do some of these people that are here. I'm going to take a guess and say Shawnee P is here. I'm going to take a guess and say that Bon Bon is here. Maybe Bootopia, maybe Amy Beer, maybe Tiki Court is here, maybe Captain Jack and Coke, maybe the Greens, could be, maybe Bootopia is here. There's a lot more of you. There's a lot more of you. I'm going to stop naming right there, because if I then start naming people and I miss some people, people will get upset. Pour a little bit more of this in here, because I'm going to shoot like 2 more of these tonight. Okay, that is what I have for you guys. Thank you so much for showing up to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drink. Sorry, it's a little short, but hopefully you got to chat to your friends. If you want to continue this conversation, a great place to go is Dr. Cush's After Hours on Facebook. Did I talk fast? I feel like I talked fast. Until then, guys, what do we always say? We say bye-bye. How do we say it, though? I think that's the important part. We got to remember how we say it, because we say it in a fun way. We'll say things like...
Are you Dr. Jinga Janga?
And then we'll say...
Bye! Bye!
Bye-bye.
Are you trying to drive me crazy?
A little.
Bye!
Bye.
I'm having a party, and you're invited. I know you are, but what am I? Bye! I know you are, but what am I? Bye! I know you are, but what am I? Bye! Bye! Bye!
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Goodbye.